guys, and welcome to another episode of Revv Evolution. And today we continue with Singapore's love for all things MPV and SUV. We're talking about the all-new Renault Captur. Being one of the pioneers in the SUV market with cars which you've probably seen on the road, things like the Kadjar and maybe even the Scenic or the Grand Scenic, they now have the second generation Captur, which has been selling more than 1.5 million units worldwide since 2013, which I think is a really incredible feat. And now with bigger dimensions, and longer dimensions in fact, which means more comfort and space for you, the driver and the passenger. The Renault Captur is available in two variants. We have the base model Captur and the one that we're driving, which is the Captur Privilege. And both of them come in their own set of trims. And with the all-new Renault Captur, it's built on the modular design, which means better aerodynamics and of course, better fuel consumption. Okay folks, it's now time to give you some information on the interior and visuals for the rest. A couple of points which I think really impresses me on the interior of the Renault Captur is the fact that you've got some really nice soft touch materials and something which I think I've never probably seen in any SUV out there, which is a floating platform. Kind of reminds me of being the captain on the Starship Enterprise. And on top of that, you get a nice 10.25-inch instrument cluster with some really fantastic visuals, the biggest in its class by the way, and a 9.3-inch capacitive touchscreen with tons of information. Most of the time when you buy an SUV, your biggest problem is that you don't have a decent boot space, and 9 out of 10 SUVs don't really give you that. But with the all-new Renault Captur Privilege, you do. In terms of boot space, the Captur offers you 536 litres. And just when you thought you don't have enough space, you can actually lift it up here to reveal yet more space for your groceries. And one of the cool features of the Renault Captur is the fact that as long as you have the key on your person, the car will lock and unlock automatically.
Hey guys, it's Renee and welcome to the portion of the in-car review of the all-new Renault Captur Privilege. Okay, if you missed the earlier part of the video where I talked more about the exterior and interior, well, do remember to rewind to the forward part if you want to find out more about the car itself. Okay, and just like how we do all the rest of our reviews, I'll try to keep it short and sweet by just talking about some of the important features which I think you out there as a motorist would love more to know about, especially when it comes to like engine performance and some of the other features that
Hey guys, now time for the summary. And especially for us in Singapore right here, we're really spoiled for choice in terms of SUVs and MPVs that we can choose from. But with the Renault Privilege, I think one of the biggest selling points for me is the fact that it is really affordable. And on top of that, with all the technology you're getting, and something which Renault never disappoints you, is the really fantastic interior. And of course, fuel savings, which I think is one of the biggest points for us here in Singapore. We want to say a big Revv evolution thank you to our friends over at Renault for allowing us to have the Renault Captur privilege for our presentation. To find out more about Revv evolution, whether it's about cars or lifestyle, do remember to check out our link right over there. Till we catch you again, this is Renee, signing off.